A look at what's making the news in some of the newspapers across the continent. And we start with the Daily Nation in Kenya, which is talking about the deployment of additional Kenyan forces in South Sudan. This comes in the wake of an agreement of a regional force with more powers to deal with the situation in the country, adopted on the 12th of August by the UN Security Council. A vote is expected to be held today in the country's National Assembly on whether or not the forces will be deployed. Visiting the country is U.S. Secretary of State John Kerry, who has reiterated the importance of the force of 4,000 soldiers. President Uhuru Kenyatta has also urged the U.S. and the international community to continue engaging in the Horn of Africa country to sustain ongoing efforts to stabilize the country. To Chad now, where the chadinfo.com is talking about the arrest of a supposed religious leader of the Boko Haram terrorist group, reported by the Nigerian security forces. The paper reports that Mudassiru Jibrin was arrested on the 17th of July in a Boko Haram detention center, discovered by Secret Service police in Kano. A preliminary investigation revealed that Jibrin was behind the student shooting in a school near the town of Potiskum in the Yobe state, northeast of the country 3 years ago. The arrest comes a little more than a month after the Secret Service police announced the capture of another famous Boko Haram fighter and 3 of his accomplices who had finalized preparations for multiple attacks in Kaduna. We end this press review in Niger, just 2 days after the victory of Isufu Alfaga Abdul Razak in Taekwondo in the Olympic Games in Rio. It's time for celebrations. He's the second Nigerian athlete to win a medal at the Olympics. This time it's silver. The online version of Tamtam Info says that after the festivities, it's back to reality since the cultural and sports revival promised by the government is still not convincing to everyone. But the competitions brought a spirit of togetherness in the country because Alfaga embodied the whole country. However, the Daily worries that the government will not encourage this young athlete to progress in his sport, and I quote, "He will be received at the presidential palace and will be given a certain amount of money that some opportunists will also want to share equally, as if they were on the tatamis."